Marc Skinner and Manchester United women had the best season last year in the history of the club. Despite not winning any silverware, they finished second in the league, just 1 point behind Chelsea as the WSL title went to the last day of the league, and they managed to qualify for Champions League. On top of that, made their first ever final despite losing to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Now, coming into this season, Manchester United were expected to build on that. Marc Skinner spent money in the transfer window, brought in some reinforcements of quality and experience, but found themselves falling at the first hurdle as they were knocked out of the Champions League qualifiers by PSG. Manchester United, however, have managed to win 2 out of 4 games in the WSL with a big 5-0 victory recently against Everton after winning their opening game against Aston Villa and then drawing against Arsenal and Leicester. However, now they're out of the Champions League. What do you think is Manchester United's expected targets for the year? At the beginning of the season, I did say Manchester United had to win some silverware. I said that I think Marc Skinner had to bring something tangible to Manchester United to show that spending all that money in the summer was worth it. But now they're out of the Champions League, which was probably the biggest achievement last year. It's essential for Marc Skinner to lead the club to some sort of glory. Whether it's the Conti Cup, whether it's the FA Cup, or believing and dreaming that it can be the WSL title, Manchester United need to win some sort of silverware. Not only will they risk losing some players, but Marc Skinner could actually risk losing his job, in my opinion. Now, when Marc Skinner was given an extension last year, it was off the back of what was an impressive performance by the women's team. Of course, they ended the season positively. However, this season, it's not seemed to have clicked as much. Now, I understand that a lot of players are new and players are getting used to each other, and obviously rotation has been the biggest question point, I think, for a lot of fans, whether the manager will rotate, whether it's the lack of rotation that could be a hindrance, and of course whether it's the loss of an assistant manager who's now went and progressed with his own team into the Champions League. Now, I speak to a lot of Manchester United fans regularly. I follow the club. I enjoy covering it as well. And I know for a fact that silverware is needed to take Manchester United to that next level so that they can be in the comparison tables with the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal, albeit they've won a lot of silverware. Manchester United is still a newly formed team. And then you look at the likes of other teams coming up in the WSL as well with new infrastructure, new structure, new managers, etc. And they are impressing this season. Now, I've been disappointed with the way Manchester United have started the season. I would have expected 4 wins out of 4, especially for a team that didn't really drop points last season. And you know how important all the points are. Last season, Manchester United only lost the title by 1 point, and you can go back to a draw that happened earlier in the season that Manchester United should have won, and that could have been the biggest game changer. Now, let me know, guys, below in the comments what your thoughts are now that United are about 4 games into the season. International break now coming to an end, and then now there's quite a few games coming up with the likes of Brighton, Manchester Derby at Old Trafford, etc. Let me know if your opinion has changed regarding what you expect Manchester United's expectations are for the season. Do you still expect some silverware? Do you just want the ladies to go out and have some fun, or do you need to see something tangible as well? I think the only way that you can build off a good season last year is to have an even better one this year, and there is no way that Manchester United will have a better season than last year without winning any silverware. It's as simple as that. Like I said, whether it's the Conti Cup, FA Cup, whatever it is, if it's a trophy that can be brought back to Manchester United's training ground, then I will take it. I really expect that to happen, especially with the likes of, Mary Earps wanting to leave for solely that reason, is to compete for silverware. Manchester United might not be looking to keep her, but if they are to attract players in the future, then they need to have some sort of accolades on the board. Let me know what you lot have made of how Manchester United have started the season so far. Who have you been most impressed with? I can tell you who I've been impressed with. I've been impressed with Melvin Mallard, absolute goal scorer. You see why she has come from such a big club, Champions League, league titles, everything, you name it, and she's been so important in this Manchester United team so far. I'd really like to see her get more playing time alongside the likes of Jace, Hinata Miyazawa, and obviously Leah Golton on that left-hand side. Very unfortunate for Gabby George to be out for the season. I was really excited to see, especially how she started off with the season. I was really excited to see her build on it and hopefully get an England call-up, but I'm wishing her a speedy recovery, a good recovery, and hopefully next season she'll be able to pick up from where she left off. I know it won't be easy for her to be watching from the sidelines. Now, Manchester United's backline, for me, the likes of Maya Letizia, you guys know how highly I regard her, but for me, is Melvin Mallard. That has been the most impressive, of course, coming in as a loan signing. Now, Mary Earps is always going to be the topic of discussion, and especially with the likelihood of her leaving next summer. Do you guys think it's time to start seeing some rotation in that goalkeeping backline? Let me know your thoughts, like I said, in the comments below in terms of what you've made of how the season has started. What is your expectations? Who's been your most impressive player so far? And let me know, are you lot still backing Manchester United to bring home some sort of silverware? As always, guys, it's your girl Mina. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. Until next time, peace.